one of the things I see is women standing up and wanting to make a change of their situation. My name is Tenisha. I'm 32 years old. I'm born and raised in Montreal. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a community motivator. I'm a business strategist. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. I have 9 siblings, and I'm a daughter and a friend. For me, I know when I started my first business, I was 22 years old. It didn't go very far, but I had a lot of passion. And I think what stopped me from being able to be where I wanted to go was the fact that I didn't have the capacity. I didn't understand the world of business. And so as I evolved in my career and developed my capacity to help businesses, nonprofits, and start my own businesses, I realized, wow, there are so many people that are going through what I was going through who don't have the capacity, but who have the passion. You know, I wanted to be able to help people achieve their goals because all they were missing and all they are missing is knowledge. And I would like to emphasize that while I open my services to everyone, I predominantly work with women of color, probably because those are the women that feel most comfortable working with me. But for me growing up, entrepreneurship was always a way out of my economic situation. For a lot of people, that's why they embark on entrepreneurship. They want to make a difference. I think the biggest thing for me was I like to see results. Like right away. Like I like to, plant, and then I want to see the leaves or the fruit or whatever, like there the next day. And I see this with a lot of entrepreneurs or anyone who's trying to make something of themselves. We're always comparing ourselves to other people, and so I think that has been a challenge too, just trying to stay in my lane and pursue my passion and not compare myself to where someone else is. If I allow myself to start comparing and judging where I am based on where someone else is, what starts to happen is if that person is more successful than me, I start to allow a negative kind of mindset to play in. Someone said, comparison is the theft of joy. When you compare yourself to other people, you focus solely on where you're not. And that is detrimental to somebody's ability to have that self-motivation to trudge on forward. So for me, it's been stay in my lane, collaborate, check in on my competitors, see where they're doing, make sure I'm not too far behind, but never compete. Because I think having a strong foothold in business only means that you got where you wanted to go. So whoever we know as being successful in business, forget about business. They were successful in their goals. And somewhere along the line, they were assisted or helped or supported. Because I'm working and I have, a steady source of income coming in, that allows me to have like 10 young Black entrepreneurs as mentees that are not paying me. It allows me to give back. And so for me, it's like, wow, I can get the best of both worlds. I can put my services out there, be intentional with it, and charge what it's worth. And in exchange, I can give to the people that don't have the money to go out and get those services. I see myself in 5 years being able to help more people while also growing my business. So I have 4 things that I recommend that people hone in on before taking that leap or that risk or that journey. The first thing is to make sure that you're good at it. Oftentimes people get passionate about an idea because they think it's gonna, hit the jackpot, but they might not have the skill set. So make sure you're good at that thing. Second thing I would say is make sure you're passionate about it. Because starting a business, I don't care whether you go viral your first day or not, it's hard work. There are days that are more challenging than others, and if you're not passionate about it, well, it's gonna be a really tough route. The third thing I would say is make sure people need it. This is so huge. You know, a lot of people, you know, and I've been that person. I have a great idea. This would be so awesome. But the problem is that I'm kind of the only person with that great idea. And I think people will want it, but you know, I've literally started businesses where I'm noticed later, ooh, this is not really what people want. And then fourth of all, make sure that people can pay for it. Because sometimes there are really great ideas because there are gaps in the market, but people don't have the money to pay for it. They may need it, but they don't have the money to pay for it. It's important for anyone to have equal opportunity. Well, maybe I'm biased in this sense, but I think one of the things I see is women standing up and wanting to make a change of their situation. Especially women who are, you know, in situations where their partner may be, you know, at odds with the system, right? If you're living in a neighborhood where it's like proven that it's difficult for a Black man to, you know, find jobs, which by the way, there are stats that prove that is the case even in Montreal, you're just gonna sit back? So I think I see a lot of women taking charge of their situation and saying, I wanna make a difference and I'm gonna explore this. I'm gonna explore this. What is this all about? You know, what is this entrepreneurship about? I have a dream, I have a passion, I'm good at something. Why can't I pursue this as well? So I think that's what it is. It's almost like empowerment. But when I think of a head of a state, a queen, someone in the position of power, I see that person as giving back, serving the people. I don't see a queen as someone who is, you know, powerful and, you know, it's my way or the highway. I see a queen as someone who is wanting to make a better life for the people. When I think of a Black queen, I think of, you know, the person who reached out to me and said, you know, we want you to be a part of this event. We want to highlight you. I think of you nominating me. I think of the person that greeted me here and helped me fit myself. Like, that's what I think of. I think of you all for putting together this platform to encourage people like myself to continue doing what I'm doing. I think if we respected one another the way we respected our boss, or as we respected, you know, our favorite singer, or as we respected our favorite artist, I see friction between Black women. I see friction between Black men, and then sometimes I see friction between Black men and women, and I think it's because for so often there's been such a little piece of the pie for us. And it's almost like we've been starved and felt that we needed to fight one another to get a piece, to get ahead. And so it's like a lion's in a den and you throw them a little piece of meat and they're starving. I see it as being much deeper than just a couple of people walking down the street and not respecting one another. I think it's almost generational. And so I think what we're starting to see now, where there's more of this collaboration, respect, uplifting, buy Black, it's because we see that we can all eat together. We can all get a piece of the pie because the pie is growing. So for me, this might be a little cryptic or morbid, but at a very young age, I experienced death. My stepdad was murdered, and then growing up in Little Burgundy, there were a lot of young Black men that were murdered, friends, guys I grew up with. And so for me, death has played heavy on me. Sometimes I feel like I'm obsessed with it. I'm always thinking about it, wondering when it's gonna happen. And so I know that sounds a bit intense, but for me, when I am presented with a situation where, oh, do I wanna do this? Or I'm insecure about this business move I'm about to do, or will I make it? Or should I do this? Or I'm nervous. I think about the fact that I one day will be gone. I'll be dead. And I literally tell that to people. And you should see their faces when they're like, oh, Tenisha, I'm nervous. I don't know to do this live on Facebook. And I'm like, well, what would you tell yourself if you were about to die? And then they're like, oh, wow, that's intense. And I'm like, yeah, right? Because that's really serious compared to what you're about to do right now. This is just a little fraction in your life. So for me, my motivation is the fact that I'm on this planet for such a short period of time. And so my motto would be, life is short. So anyone out there that's, scared to take that, that jump, or to take that leap of faith, or to start that business, or to speak in front of that crowd, do it. My favorite saying in life is, if you knew better, you do better, so know better. I mean, don't settle with not knowing. Do better, find out. Whatever it is, where there is doubt, where there is uncertainty, where there is a lack of understanding, find out. Knowledge is power.